Hello, good day guys. So in this video I'm going to show you how to sew suit panel, back panel. So you are going to sew that part in which I mark, and I'm going to show you how to cut the Airstay and you can gum it to the body. Alright, so you fold your Airstay into two, then you place the fabrics on top of the Airstay, then you cut out. So this is the front panel, so you cut out the exact shape of this front panel out from the Airstay. So after you are done with the front panel, you cut out the facing. So this is the facing. I'm cutting out the facing. That is the second thing you cut out, the facing. So it's the same thing you do to the front panel. Make sure the Airstay is folded into two. So you cut it out. Then also the side front. The side front is still the same way you cut the front panel, you cut the side front as well. Cut the exact shape of the body. So what you do next is you cut the line for the pockets and that. So that is what I want to do now. Make sure you cut it together. Make sure you are cutting it together. Don't cut one side and leave the others. Cut both sides together at the same time. So after cutting it, you place the Airstay that you have cut, you just place it on top of the front panel. So make sure it's the same with the fabrics, with the front panel, and make sure where you cut that pocket and the that part where you cut, make sure they are closed, they are not opened. Make sure they are closed. Then you wet the Airstay so it can gum easily. But if your iron is a steam iron, so you can use it. But the one I'm using is not a steam iron, so you have to add water so it will gum very well. So when gumming it, just place the iron on top of the Airstay and allow it to be there for a few times before before you move it to other places, and ensure you are doing it very close to each other as I'm doing it now. So as I'm doing one part, I'm not jumping at all. So ensure that it's gone properly. So if it's not gone properly, you can still add water and place your iron on top of it. So you start your gumming from the pocket area and the dart area. So that is where you start your gumming. So you can gum it either to the top or the down part. Then you do the same thing also to the facing. So you also apply Airstay to the side front. Ensure you gum it properly well. So cut like 2 inches stay, make sure it's very long, cut it out. So you are going to apply it to the back panel. You are going to use it for the sleeve as well. So cut out the excesses of the fabrics at this part. Then you iron it, the part in which we sew. So iron it. Then you place your Airstay at the neck part and also at the shoulder slants, as well as the armhole of the back. So in those three areas you place your Airstay, and you also place your Airstay at the down part where you fold your back panel, the back panel at the down part. So after you apply Airstay at both sides of the back panel, you ensure that it's gone properly. So you can open it. Once you open it, then you open that part in which you join. So after you open it, cut out the excess Airstay around every part you have iron. You cut excess Airstay around the front panel, around the. So cut every excess Airstay around everywhere you have ironed. So you fold the down part of the back by 1.5 inches. Fold it. So you use iron to fold it. Why we apply Airstay at that part is so that once you fold it, it will stay. Once you fold that part, you fold the side part as well. Fold the side vent part. You also fold the other side as well. So what you measure at that part is 1.25 or 1.25, depending on how you want it to fit. So you can iron the back panel. So the next one is the sleeve. So you apply the gum to the Airstay. You apply Airstay to the sleeve around the top part. So you apply Airstay to everywhere around that part. I already have an Airstay that is in form of semicircle, so I use that for that part. So you can just cut some Airstay. If you have 2 inches Airstay, you can apply it at that part. The essence is that so that when you are sewing your sleeve to your the armhole, there will be the Airstay will be able to make that part to be smooth. So if there is no Airstay at that part, it will be rough kind of. And at the down part of the sleeve also, where you fold, you apply Airstay. So you fold your sleeve by 2 inches. So the same way you did to your back panel, so 1 1/4, that part will be around 1 1/4. Then you iron it. So all those excess stay, you trim it off from every part in which you have gum stay on. So you trim every excess stay out. So this is the under sleeve. You just add stay to the down part of the under sleeve, so you can use it, can be folded. You can fold it. Then you fold it as well. So you check everywhere you gum and see if it's firm. So if it's not firm, you will know. Once you use your hand to check, you will know if it's not firm. So if the place is not well gum, you still apply water and put your iron on top of it and make sure it's well gum. So you ensure it's well gum. So we're about to sew the back panel. So the vent part, you're about to sew it. So just you mark that part you with chalk, that part in which you fold, the ending of the part in which you fold. So you mark it. So after marking, you can as well notch it so that you know where you mark. Notch those parts you mark with chalk. Once you notch it, that part in which you notch, you allow it to meet with each other. So you allow the part in which you have notched to meet with each other. Once they meet with each other, you place it on the machine. So you place it on the machine, then you sew it to where then you sew it to the end. So as you can see what I did there, so you sew it from that part to that end, then you cut. You can see it where I mark, where I notch. So you sew it to that end. Make sure you don't sew it beyond the end. Make sure you don't sew it beyond the end part. You can sew it like a bar before the end is okay. So you do the same thing to the other side as well. So you allow that part in which you notch to meet with the other part. Then you sew it as well. So you sew it as well. You can see how I'm sewing my. So you sew it from that part to that part in which I mark with chalk. So you can see the one I sew. So after you have sewn it, you cut out the excess. You trim it out. So what you do next is you open the part in which you have sewn. So you open it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm opening that part in which we sew. So you iron it, you open it. You open the two parts. Once you open it, you turn it with your hand. You use your hand to turn it out. Use your hand to turn it out. Then you iron it as well. So you do the same thing to the other side. Once you are done with the two sides, you iron it. So you can see that is our double vent. That is how to sew it. So I'm cutting the pocket part and the dart part in which we go. So that is the front panel of our suit. So once you cut it, so you can see you want to sew the dart of the suit. Make sure you notch it beyond that part. So you want to sew that part. So you place it on the machine. So what you are sewing is quarter. You are not sewing half inch, you are sewing just quarter. Should not be more than quarter. It's not up to half inch, is quarter you are sewing. So once you are sewing it, it will be reducing till you get to the top. So that's how to sew that. You can see the one I sew. So after sewing it, you use iron to open it where you have sewn. Can you iron it, then you open it. So when you are opening it, you use your hand to adjust it. So when you sew it, you sew it beyond the dart, you sew the dart beyond where you cut out. So you use your hand to make sure that part is spread so that the dart will not, so that the dart will be properly ironed. So you ensure you iron the dart properly, and you put Airstay at this part so that you join it to the other part. So to close that part, that is why I put Airstay. So you do the same thing to the other side as well. You use your hand to spread that part so that you can iron it properly. So you can see I place ST on that part, and I also place ST at that part to hold it, so that when you are joining uh, the side front, it will be easy for you to join it. That is why I apply ST here, so it will be easy to join the side front with the front. So the next thing is that you cut the excess. You don't cut it from the down part, you cut it from that part in which I started from, just like 2.5 inch before the down part starts. And it's not a straight cut, it's always very small, as if you are cutting out a dart before it become bigger. You can see what I cut. It's usually very you can see how I cut mine. So you join the front panel with the side front. You join the side front with the front by 1/2 inch. So you open it after joining it, you open it with iron. So you apply a stay to that part as well, that pocket part. You apply a stay same way I did mine now. Then you fold the down part. So you fold it by 1.5 inches.